Happy Oscars Day! Academy Award Day is absolutely one of the best days of the year, and yes, I will absolutely be attending the Academy Awards one day. It will happen. And it is, other than like my birthday, Grammy Day, Met Gala Monday, like those are all just superior days of the year. So yes, today is the long awaited, finally, Oscars Sunday, and I'm so excited. So yes, I am filming this on Oscars Day. Hopefully it gets up before 8 p.m. I did make my Oscars prediction list last week, and I want to share it all with you. It is just 2 pages of loose leaf paper. Also, pardon the ugly background. I mean, it's not ugly, it's just not my normal background, because I'm doing a super quick sit down vid for you all. I've had a wild weekend. I've been traveling and working, and it's just been a lot. So I'm gonna do a quick video. But yeah, if you are not already subscribed to me, please do so. I do videos like this. I do college videos, vlogs, travel videos, pop culture stuff, lifestyle stuff. So please go ahead and subscribe down below. And if you want to follow my Letterboxd account, I will also have that linked down below. So it's basically like Instagram for movies, so you should check it out. And I'm going off of the order that they list on the Oscars website. So, okay, here we go. Here are my hot takes on the Oscars 2022. So first I'm going to say who I want to win, and then I'm going to say who I think the Oscars will pick. So, yes. So for Best Picture, I would love if West Side Story won. But they are up against a plethora of amazing films this year, as always. And surprisingly, this year, I did not see a majority of the movies nominated, which is kind of weird for me. Usually I will go like without seeing like just a few Oscar nominees, but this year I just like did not get around to watching all of them. So some of these I either have no opinion on, or I'm going off of like clips I've seen or reviews I've seen. But I did see West Side Story in theaters. I thought it was an incredible movie, just like all around. Like I think every aspect of it was incredible. But we do know that musicals do not have the best track record at winning Best Picture of the Oscars. So I don't unfortunately think that West Side Story will win. It would be amazing if they did. I think that King Richard will win. So we will see. So we're gonna do actor in a leading role. I was gonna do actress first, but on the Oscar website it's listed as actor. So I'll do actor first. So actor in a leading role. I think the majority of people my age would love to see Andrew Garfield win an Oscar. I mean, it'd be pretty incredible if he won an Oscar. But he's also up against like a dang good group of people. So I think that Will Smith is going to win Best Actor because, again, I heard that the film was incredible. I need to watch it still, and it's for you, Will Smith, and the man needs to get an Oscar. So I would not be opposed to Will Smith winning, but I do think it would be really cool if Andrew Garfield took away a gold statue. But we shall see in a couple of hours. So actor in a supporting role, I felt like I didn't have enough information to make like an informed decision. I feel like it could go anywhere. The only thing I have to say about actor in a supporting role is justice for Mike Feist, because he was an incredible riff. And anyway, moving on. I do think that everyone in the category, like, they're all incredible actors. I just don't have enough information to make a decision. Actress in a leading role. I feel like the speaker, the announcer, actress in a leading role. This one was jam-packed with people I'm huge fans of. Like, I was like, I don't even know who I want to pick. So usually when I'm picking for the Oscars, I always have strong opinions because I'm just a movie buff, and I just love acting and every aspect of the film industry. So I'm usually pretty opinionated. And usually what the guideline that I go by is that if an actor and actress gets nominated in a film that is a biopic, then I think that if they're good enough to get nominated by the Academy for being a biopic, that they did well and that they should win the Oscar. Because I think it's really hard to play another human being, especially ones that biopics are made about who are so iconic, like, you know, like Bohemian Rhapsody got nominated, and of course Rami Malek should have won that. He was incredible in that role, just things like that. But this year I can't really go by that, because I think almost every single film in the actress in a leading role category is a biopic, which is kind of crazy. Like, it's jam-packed with like stories about incredible people, and that's just with a lot of movies this year. Like, I feel like the 2022 Oscars cycle was just biopics, which I'm not opposed to. I love biopics. So picking who I wanted to win this one was really, really hard. But I think that I would like to see Kristen Stewart win. I think that that would cause a lot of good, positive Oscar buzz, which obviously the Oscars want. And I thought Spencer was an incredible film. Like, I was very, very surprised. So, I would love to see Kristen Stewart take away an Oscar. But I do think that this entire category is some of the best actresses of our generation. And so it's hard. So I'm gonna say that I think the Academy is gonna give it to Nicole Kidman, but I would literally not be surprised if they gave it to anyone. Like, Jessica Chastain was incredible. Everyone in that category is incredible. Actress in a supporting role. So the West Side Story and me wants Ariana DeBose to win. She literally, I remember walking out of that film and being like, Anita, you know, like, oh my gosh, she's just everything. I would love if she won. I think that would be so cool. But I do think the Academy is going to give it to Judi Dench, partly because she's just a legend. So next is animated feature film. I feel horrible for saying this, but I have not seen Encanto, nor have I seen Luca, which is literally horrible. It's horrible. But I do know a lot about a lot of the animated feature film nominees. So I want Encanto to win because I have seen like the most scenes from that film, and I'm fans of a lot of like the people who worked in the film. So I would love if Encanto won, and I do think that the Academy is going to give it to Encanto. And if Encanto wins, then Lin-Manuel Miranda has an EGOT, which is kind of cool. And like, obviously he just like wrote songs for Encanto, but like, he's part of the film, so I count that. He's also nominated for song, I'm pretty sure, so he's got 2 chances to become an EGOT holder. Next is cinematography. So I am a huge buff for cinematography, and I think I judge it far too harshly for not being qualified at all to judge it. But sometimes I'll be in the theater and I'm like, why did they do that? When like, there's probably a reason why they did that, but I'm not qualified enough to know. So I saw Dune in theaters, and I saw it with my roommates, and we were talking about this while I was making my predictions. Part of what makes that film so great is how beautiful it is. Like, it's just a beautiful film. It's kind of like 1917-ish when it comes to cinematography, I think. So yeah, I think I would want Dune to win that, but I do think they're going to give it to The Power of the Dog, because I don't know why. I just have an inkling. I mean, like all of these categories, every single thing is a good option, and I would not be unhappy. So next we have costume design. So I want West Side Story to win this one because, again, every aspect of that film is beautiful, and I do think they're going to give it to West Side Story. I think when like a period piece or a musical is nominated in costume design, I think it's really hard for other films, because I think that usually they win, like with like Little Women and things. So I would not be surprised if West Side Story won. Directing, I don't even need to go over this. Obviously Spielberg. He's iconic. The next 2, I just had not seen any like of the movies in the categories, and I felt weird forming opinions on them. So documentary feature, I don't have an opinion on, nor do I do documentary short. Usually with these categories, I've seen like one, or I've like heard buzz around at least one of them, but like this category, I just did not feel informed enough. So film editing, I would love if they gave it to Dune, and I think that they're going to give it to Dune. National feature film, also with these, I usually know like one or so. I don't feel informed enough to make a decision this year, so I'm going to skip that category as well. But whoever wins, I'm definitely going to watch the movie. Makeup and hairstyling. So I think it'd be cool if Cruella won, because the movie's just good. And I think the makeup and hairstyling is really impressive. but I think the Academy is going to give it to House of Gucci, partly because I feel like House of Gucci was a really big film, and it didn't really get nominated in a lot of other categories, so I think that they will give it to House of Gucci because of that. And like also I'm making decisions based on like what the Academy has done in the past. I'm not saying it's like good or bad, but they're also like, we have to remember that there are like political and social aspects of the Oscars that are important to keep in mind. So that is how I'm making my decisions on what I think the Academy is going to do. Music original score. So this is oddly a category that I get really like into and I have like big opinions on. Like particularly the score category, not as much the soundtrack. But if they do not give this to Dune, I will be so upset. I literally will be so upset. Like, that is Hans Zimmer, and you can't not give it to Hans Zimmer. Okay, this next category I also get so into. The category production design. I remember one year, it was the year that Jojo Rabbit was nominated at the Oscars, and they were nominated for production design, and I wanted them to win for production design so badly. I was so upset when they didn't win because that movie is like production design in a bottle. It is beautiful. So I get very passionate about this category, and I want them to give it to West Side Story, and I do think that they're going to give it to West Side Story, but we shall see. In the short film, animated, and live action categories, I also felt like I wasn't informed enough, so we're skipping that one. For sound, I want them to give it to Dune, but I do think they're going to give it to Belfast. The reason that I want them to give it to Dune is because I saw Dune in theaters, and that is just like one of those movies that like if you watched it in theaters, you just experienced it differently because of like the sound aspect, and I thought the sound was really, really, really good. So yeah, we have 3 categories left. For visual effects, I think it would be kind of cool if they give it to Spider-Man, but I think they're gonna give it to Dune. Writing adapted, for the writing adapted category, I don't have a preference, but I do think that they're gonna give it to The Lost Daughter, which is, I believe, written by Maggie Gyllenhaal, I think. And I always love women writers, so. For writing original, I would like them to give it to Licorice Pizza. I saw Licorice Pizza in theaters. I do understand the implications of me saying that I want Licorice Pizza to win for writing, because I feel like there's a little discourse around this movie. But I still think that, like, despite some aspects of the film, that the writing was really good, and I felt that it was very like natural with how people spoke to each other. But I think the Academy is going to give it to Don't Look Up, which I also saw or have seen. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super like involved in this category. Like, I think Don't Look Up was also really well written. Yeah, so those are all of my Oscar 2022 predictions. I do a video about red carpet looks if I find that I have a lot of different opinions on them, but if you do want some red carpet videos, I do have some Met Gala ones. I'll link them down below. But I love award season, even though it's starting later this year. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have fun watching the Oscars tonight. Bye.